Good day, everyone! Our group represents the development of mathematics, a historical overview, focusing on medieval period and the Renaissance. These two areas played a crucial role in shaping modern mathematics.
Mathematics is not just about numbers and formulas. It is a story of human progress. After the fall of the Roman Empire, the torch of mathematical knowledge was carried forward during the medieval period and later illuminated by the Renaissance.
The medieval period, from the 5th to the 15th century, is often seen as a time of stagnation in Europe, but mathematically, this era was very important. It preserved ancient knowledge and prepared Europe for the future breakthrough.
In Islamic world, great progress was made. Around 8th century, the House of Wisdom in Baghdad where became a center of translation and discovery. Works of Euclid, Archimedes, and Ptolemy were translated into Arabic. These texts, which might have been lost, were not only preserved but also expanded new ideas.
One of the most famous Islamic mathematicians was Al-Khwarizmi. His book Al-Jabr wal-Muqabala introduced systematic ways of solving linear and quadratic equations. The very word algebra comes from his title. He also gave us the word algorithm, which we still use in computer science today.
Islamic scholars also made advances in trigonometry. They developed sine, cosine, and tangent functions, which were not part in Greek mathematics. They were used in astronomy, navigation, and even in determining prayer time and the direction of Mecca.
Another major contribution was the adoption and spread of the Hindu-Arabic numeral system. Originally from India, this system included the concept of self through Arabic texts. It spread across the Islamic world and eventually to Europe. This system was the superior to Roman numerals.
Meanwhile, in Europe, progress was slower. For centuries, scholars continued to use Roman numerals, which made advanced calculation difficult. But things started to change in the 12th century when European scholars translated Arabic word into Latin, especially in places like Toledo, Spain.
One of the most influential Europeans was Fibonacci, also known as Leonardo of Pisa. In 1202, he wrote Liber Abbasi, a book that introduced Hindu-Arabic numerals to Europe. Fibonacci showed how useful they were in trade, banking, and everyday life. He also gave us the famous Fibonacci sequence.
While universities also played a role in keeping mathematics alive. Mathematics was a part of the quadrivium, which included arithmetic, geometry, music, and astronomy. These studies were limited. They kept mathematical learning connected to philosophy, theology, and the science.
To sum up the medieval period, it was less about creating new discoveries in Europe and more about preservation, transmission, and gradual adoption. Without the Islamic scholars and early European translators, the Renaissance would not have had the tools to thrive.
The Renaissance from the 14th to the 17th century was a rebirth of learning in Europe. The invention of the printing press in the 15th century spread knowledge quickly. Mathematical works become more accessible and scholars could build in each other's ideas more effectively than ever before.
One of the first big impact of Renaissance mathematics was on commerce and navigation. With Hindu-Arabic numerals now widely used, merchants and bankers could handle large transactions with ease. Navigators also used improve mathematical techniques to explore the oceans during the Age of Discovery.
Mathematics also influenced art and architecture. Renaissance artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Albrecht Dürer used geometry to create perspective and proportion in their work. This showed how mathematics could be a creative tool, not just
in pure mathematics. Major advances were made in algebra and geometry. Italian mathematicians such as Cardano, Tartaglia, and Bombelli worked on solving cubic and quartic equations. They also explored complex numbers, which at first seemed strange but later become fundamental.
Finally, thinkers like Bethe, Descartes, and Fermat pushed mathematics to a new level. Bethe introduced systematic algebraic notation, while Descartes developed analytic geometry, linking algebra with geometry. Fermat laid the groundwork for number theory and calculus.
The medieval period was a bridge. It preserved and transmitted ancient knowledge, especially through Islamic growth, and slowly introduced new ideas like Hindu, Arabic, numerals to Europe.
And the Renaissance expanded and transformed mathematics, integrating it into science, arts, and daily life. Together, these two periods prepared the foundation of the mathematics we study and use today. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching and listening. I hope you learned to our discussion.